Hi everyone. Yep, welcome to your yoga practice today. It's good to see you again. Today's practice is a full body yoga practice. Please make sure you have blocks or a chair if you need it. And when you're ready, come to a good seated position on your mat. For today's practice, I'm going to invite you to use the supports that you have available to you. If we need support, sometimes we forget that we have them available, or sometimes we feel like it's a failing when we use the supports that we need. Interestingly enough, relying on supports is a way to help us achieve balance and grow stronger. So for today's practice, come to a good seated position on your mat. If you need to sit in a chair and that's the support you need for today, please do that. If you need a block, sit on a block or on pillows so that you can open your knees out, especially if they're up around your ears. Maybe sit on a block or a pillow. Let your knees open out. Take your fingertips next to you. Inhale, grow long through your side body. Widen your sitting bones. Maybe lean forward a little bit, coming more fully in contact with the mat. Good. Sit your torso up so your shoulders come over your hips. Excellent. Grow long through the crown of your head. Release your hands to your upper thighs. Maybe for today, turn your palms up and bring the tip of the index finger and the tip of the thumb together. Take a deep breath in. Turn the corners of your mouth up to the sky. And then tilt your chin, close your eyes or soften your gaze. And begin to check into your body. Breathing in and out. Scanning through the body and noticing where you might need a little more breath. Where the breath seems to be getting stuck. And activating the breath there. Softening the root of your tongue, your forehead, your cheeks and cheekbones. Shoulders up, back, and broaden if you haven't already done so. Lift the heart space, tone the belly. Bring your hands together in front of your heart space. And we're going to do a little pranayama breathing. This is box breathing today. So we're going to inhale to a count of 4. We're going to hold our breath, holding the inhale for a count of 4. We'll exhale to a count of 4, and then we'll leave the breath out for a count of 4. How quickly you count is up to you. If I'm counting too slow for you, you count a little faster. We'll start together. Just regular breath in and out, taking deep breaths in and out. And after this next inhale in and exhale out, we begin our box breathing. Inhaling to a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Going a few more rounds at your own pace, doing box breathing. And take one more round of your version of box breathing. And when you're finished, without rushing, release your hands to your upper thighs or to your knees. And release your breathing back to your normal free-flowing breath. And if it feels good for you today, set an intention for your practice based on the concept of using the support that's available to you, knowing that's not a failing. We all need support from time to time. And when you're ready, blink open your eyes, lift your chin. We're going to start our practice today in a standing position. So I'm going to invite you all to come to a good standing position. Step your feet wide, maybe not as wide as your sticky mat. Maybe turn your toes out today. Excellent. And we're going to start by inhaling our arms overhead, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, exhale. Just starting to open up the thighs, making sure those knees are working towards the middle of the foot. Take a look. Good. And this time, as you can, as you come down, maybe touch your fingers to the mat and inhale them overhead. And this is where, if you need a support, it's okay to look for a support. I'll demonstrate for you using the support of the chair. I'm turning so that you can see my side body. I'm inhaling overhead, I'm exhaling, I'm touching the chair, keeping my heart space lifted, my torso lifted. If you can reach all the way down to the ground, beautiful, you can do that. But if you need that support, feel comfortable using that support. I'm going to come back to center a couple more times and come to a place of stillness. Hands to your hip creases, shoulders up and back, tone your belly, lengthen your tailbone. We're going to repeat that move, adding on. If that's enough for you, where we've been, you stay here. But this time, as we inhale and lift our arms overhead, we're going to come up on our toes, and then we're going to exhale all the way down. Inhaling up to toes, exhaling down. You'll notice your balance begins to be challenged. So if you need a chair, as you inhale up to your toes, you use a chair. Maybe one fingertip goes on the chair. Inhaling and exhaling. Noticing what gives you the most support, what starts to work on your strength. One more time, and then you come back to your midline. Can you come down a little bit lower with your hips? Good. Take a look at your knees. Make sure they're tracking over the middle of your foot. Hands to the front of your knees. Good. Can you inhale and take that right shoulder over to the left? I am mirroring you today. Couple deep breaths in and out. Come back to the center and go the other way. So we're getting a good stretch. Just starting to open the hips out. Come on back to the center, shoulders up and back. Straighten your knees. Good. We've been with knees bent for a while. Good. Can you turn towards the left side of your mat? Take that right leg behind you. Good. So you're in a right leg lunge. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, bend and straighten. Adding up the arms. Shoulders away from the ears. That back knee stays straight for now. If you need to use your chair, you use the chair to assist you as you straighten and bend that front knee, making sure your knee stays above the ankle. It doesn't jut out forward. If you're jutting that knee forward of the ankle, maybe take a wider stance. Couple more times. Can you hinge forward? Switch sides. Front leg goes back leg comes forward. Good. If you're not using that support, you lift the torso and you begin with straightening and bending that front knee. Good. Working on quad strength. Going long through that back leg. No bend in that back knee. All 5 toes in contact with the mat. Add up the hands if you'd like. Maybe using the chair if you need to. Totally fine. Yogi's choice. When you're ready, step the back leg forward to meet the front leg. Please come to a standing position. Come to the center of your mat. Open your feet out again. Turn your left toes out to the left, right toes out to the right. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, can you bend that left knee and turn towards the left? Good. Now can you bend that back knee? Come on down a little bit and straighten. Down and straighten. Come on back to center. Toes out, arms wide. Turning the toes in, switching the other way. Hands to your hip creases if you need them. So you begin to straighten and bend that front knee. Excellent. You're doing a great job. Can you bend that back knee and hover it just above the mat? So you're working on leg strength, quad strength, balance, flexibility. Arms overhead if you'd like. Come on back to the center, arms wide. Bend those knees again. Open them out. Good. This time, can you bring your hands to your heart space, fingertips together in Hakini Mudra? And can you press those knees back just a little bit? Isometric presses. Can you come down a little bit farther? Isometric presses back. Good. Now, can you take the right hand to the right knee, left hand overhead, and then switch sides? So we're beginning to work on the side body, getting a little bit of a stretch out of the side body. As you open up a little bit more, you take a deeper stretch, moving from side to side. Excellent. Come on back to the center, straighten those legs, turn the toes in, heel toe, the feet in, shake it out. Excellent, you're doing a great job. Coming into Tadasana mountain pose. Find your center. We're going to come into tree pose next. So if you need a support for tree pose, you maybe have a chair nearby. The highest height of the chair is near you. You shift your weight into your right leg, bend the left knee. Fingertips are on the chair or on your hips. As you lift that left knee out towards the side, open the leg. Arms overhead or to the chair. Breathe in and out. Can you bring your arms into goalpost arms? Then bring them overhead. Goalpost arms overhead. Holding tree pose, Vrikshasana, a little longer as you move your branches. And if it's too much for you, you use your support and you allow that lower ankle to wobble a little bit. Working on the nervous system, working on balance, working on developing strength. A couple more times with the arms, and then bring the hands in front of your heart space. Lift your collarbones. Release that left knee forward. Press the foot down to the ground. And we're going to switch sides. I'm going to do it without a support this time. If you need a support, you keep a support nearby. I'll have one to my side just in case, just to show you what it's like. You're going to shift your weight into your left leg, bend the right knee, open it out towards the right side of the mat. Inhale the arms overhead. You lift that right leg off the mat around the ankles, the knees, or even up into the inner thighs. Find your balance, grow tall through your branches, shoulders rooting down away from the ears, back and broaden. And then you start moving your hands into cactus arms. And then up overhead, moving the arms in and out. From cactus to tall branches, cactus to tall branches. A couple more times. This time when you have your arms overhead, keep them there. Bring that right knee forward. Keep it a little bit longer. Then press the foot into the floor, release the hands. Take empty coat sleeves. Excellent. Can you have your chair on your right side of your body if you need a support? Take your weight into your right leg. Can you lift the left leg forward? Good. Inhale the arms overhead. Can you open that left knee and close it? Open, close. Hand can be on the chair. It can be on your hips. You can be in cactus arms. What works for you? The tendency is to start sinking into a W shape with your arms. Can you keep those elbows lifted? Next time you get that foot in front of you, knee lifted, breathe. Can you straighten the leg? Foot is flexed. Bend it. Straighten. Bend. Straighten. Bend. What version of arms, what version of support do you need? A couple more times. Keep that leg there. Can you open it out? Can you straighten the knee and bend it? Straighten, bend. Yes, I know I'm working your glute muscle on your right side pretty strongly today. Reach those arms wide. Can you release that foot down? Excellent. Before we go to the other side, can you draw circles with that left knee, crossing it over the midline and opening it out to the side? And then can you go in the other direction? Good. Shake that out. Switch sides. So if you're using a chair, your chair may switch to the left side of the body. Your hand can rest on that chair. If you don't need a chair or you need no support at all, beautiful. You can even use a wall in front of you if you'd like. What version of support works for you? Take a deep breath in and out. Come back to your center, back to your place of calm. Root into that left leg. Lift the right knee off the floor. Flex the foot. Good. Arms can be overhead, or they can reach out to the side, or you can be in cactus arms. Either way, you begin to open and close that leg, opening it to the side like you're opening a door, closing it like you're closing a door. At some point, you may want a little bit extra support. Beautiful. Can you open and close that leg? Just noticing which side body feels stronger for you. Come on back to the center. Arms overhead, reach, 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 press into that leg. Micro bend in that standing knee as you begin to straighten and bend the knee. Sorry, that front foot is flexed, reaching towards the front of the room. Hands to your hip creases or to the chair or up overhead or even reaching wide. What's the version of support you need? When you're ready, please come back to the center. Open that knee up again. Reestablish your balance as you begin to straighten and bend that leg, keeping it out to the side. So that knee stays in one position. It's not moving up and down as you straighten and bend the knee. You're really just working that lower leg. When you're ready, close the leg like you're closing a door. Press the foot down, hands to your hip creases, shoulders up and back. Inhale the arms overhead. Grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lean towards the side. Inhale, lengthen again. Exhale, lean. That lower hand can be on a chair. It can be on your upper thigh. Or if you'd like to add up, maybe it reaches all the way out to the side. Come on back to the center. Moving the other way. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, lean to the right side of the mat. Open that top shoulder. Good. That lower hand can be on your thigh. It can be on a chair. Or it can be reaching out to infinity. Come on back to the center. Float those arms down to your side, shoulders up and back. Can you roll your shoulders back towards the back of the room and bring them forward again? Good. Release all of that. Remove your chair from your mat. Good. And please come down to all fours on your mat. Excellent. Making sure there's plenty of space between your knees and the palms of your hands. Your shoulders are above your wrists. Your hips are above your knees. Good. Inhale your right leg backing up. Your foot is flexed, toes are facing the floor, knees facing the floor. I am mirroring you. Left arm comes up and forward. Palm is facing the midline, thumb is facing the ceiling. Breathe in and out. Can you bend that right knee? Can you bring it in towards the chest as your elbow reaches towards it? Can you reach all the way back out? Bring knee and elbow together and out. A couple more times. Release that. Please come back to the center. Switch sides. Left leg goes back and up. Tone the belly, lengthen the tailbone. Right arm comes forward. Palm facing the midline. Your ears in line with that upper arm. Reach, reach, reach to infinity. Now bend that left knee. Good. Can you bring the knee and the elbow together and apart and together and apart? A couple more times. Next time you get all the way out, release the hand, release the knee down. Going up to a kneeling position. Take your palms together. Turn your hands to the front of the mat just to stretch those forearms, the upper arms. Shake it on out. Come on back down to your hands and knees. Good. We're adding up, trying a little bit of a different exercise. So your palms are going to stay rooted on the ground. You're going to take that right leg up and back. Keep the left arm where it is. Bend the right knee. Good. Bring the right knee in towards the chest. Bring it back out. Can you open the hip? Can you bring it back in? Lift it up towards the ceiling. Bring it in towards the chest. It comes back. It opens. So the motion's in, up, chest, up, out, in, up, in towards the chest, out towards the ceiling, level, open, close, up, in towards the chest, back to the ceiling one more time, open, close, up, in, release the leg, come up to a kneeling position, interlace your fingers your second favorite way, turn the palms out towards the center of the mat. If this is too much for you on your hands and knees, you can be on your forearms or on your wrists, or you can be even on the chair. So this time I'll show you with a chair. You're going to take that left leg back, bend the knee, reach it back, lift the leg a little bit higher, knees still bent. Bring it in towards the chest, up towards the ceiling, open, close, up towards the ceiling, in towards the chest, up towards the ceiling, open the door, close the door, in, up, open, close, in, up, open, close. Couple more times. So you're working on your hip mobility and moving the hip fully in the hip socket. The head of the femur moving as you work to open that leg and release that down. Please come to your table position and then untuck your toes, send your hips back towards your heels. Take a rest in child's pose. Couple deep breaths in and out. Extended child's pose. Palms planted on the mat. Lifting those upper arms. Head resting between the upper arms. Breathing in and out. Please come back to a kneeling position. Untuck your toes. Excellent. Can you take your right toes back on the mat and then turn your toes down? Good. Open your torso. Your hand comes to your hip crease as you open your torso full to the sky. Can you reach that arm overhead? Can you lift the leg? Good. And can you bend the knee and the elbow and straighten? Bend and reach. Bend and reach. Bend and reach. Plant that foot down. Take the arm back to the ceiling. Come on back to center. We're going to switch sides. Excellent. So your left leg goes back. You turn the entire sole of the foot down to the ground. Right arm is under your shoulder. Take your left hand to your hip crease, shoulder up and back as you open your heart space to the sky. Can you lift that left leg off the mat, toes facing forward, foot facing forward? Can you float that arm up to the sky? You can stay here, or you can begin to bend the knee and the elbow, bringing it together and reaching together and out, reaching towards infinity. Coming back to center, opening that heart space, releasing the leg down, coming all the way back to your table position. Untucking the toes, floating back into child's pose one more time. Taking a deep breath in and out. This time when you're ready, please come to your table position. Tuck your toes under. Send your hips back towards your heels and lift yourself up into downward facing dog. And this time you're going to pedal your dog, bending first one knee, then the other. Then straighten both knees, heels in the direction of the floor, pressing your palms towards the front of the mat, lifting your armpits. Walk your hands back towards your hips into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Grab a hold of both elbows. Just relax, let your head go. Take a deep breath in and out. Hands to your hip creases, shoulders up, back, and broaden as you lift from the heart space. Come to the top of your mat. Good. Grab a hold of your chair if you need it. Bring your chair onto the mat. Hands rest on the chair as you take your right leg back into a right leg lunge. Can you spin that right heel down? Good. Can you take your right hand to your hip crease and take your left chest wall towards the front of the room? Tone your belly. Lengthen your tailbone. Excellent. Can you reach that right arm overhead, reaching towards the ceiling? Now can you reach it forward, shoulder away from the ear? Good. Come on back to the sky, back to your hip crease. Can you start to straighten that front leg and bend it? Heart space staying open, straighten and bend. This time, keep that leg straight. As you re-engage that left chest wall towards the ceiling, take the right hand towards the ceiling. Can you release those left fingertips, walk them towards the back of the chair? Excellent. Can you stay here if you need to, or use your support if you need to? Take that right arm, reach it far towards the left side of the mat. Can you lift the left arm? Can you open your left heart space? Release the left hand down. Sweep that right arm back to your torso. Turn the torso towards the chair. Bend the knee. Plant both hands. Lift that back heel. Switch sides. Left leg goes back. You plant the left heel down on the mat. Puts at a 45-degree angle. Excellent. Plant that right hand. Really press it into the chair or into the floor. Left hand comes to your hip crease. Shoulder up and back. Open your right chest wall towards the front of the room. Left arm reaches overhead. Then it floats towards the right side of the mat. And reaches overhead. And floats towards the front of the mat a couple more times. Excellent. That left hand comes to the hip crease. Re-engage your right chest wall, reaching high. Tone the belly, lengthen the tailbone. Inhale that left arm overhead. Right hand starts to walk towards the back of the chair. Take that left arm towards the right side of the mat. You can stay here, or you can reach that right arm wide. Breathing. Release the right arm, left arm. Come on back to the center. Good. We're going to straighten and bend that knee. Excellent. Can you keep that knee straight now? Inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward towards the chair. Breathe in and out. Bend the front knee. Step the back foot forward to meet the front foot. Come on up to a standing position. Excellent. You're doing a great job. Step your right leg back into a right leg lunge. Spin the heel down. Bend the front knee. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Arms come wide. Reach, reach, reach towards the left side of the room as you come into triangle pose. Good. Now, can you reach up with that top hand like somebody's pulling you up to the sky? And then can you reach down with that lower hand? Reach up and lower, and lower, using a chair if you need it. Good. Working on your core strength. This time when you get to that lower position, float that top hand down to your hip crease, shoulder up and back. Can you turn your torso towards the front leg? Breathe in and out. Bend the front knee. Lift the back heel off the mat. Switch sides. You'll see it from the other side this time, so spin that back heel down to the mat. Lift the torso, arms overhead. And then they reach out to infinity into warrior two. Straighten the front knee. You're going to reach into triangle pose. Tip your arms and your torso. Good. Now, with that top arm, can you reach it towards the ceiling? And with the lower arm, like there's taffy pulling you back down, touch it to the mat. Then reach up high. Touch that lower arm down. So you're reaching and lowering, working on core strength. One more time. Good. That top hand goes down to the hip crease. Bend the front knee. Turn towards your front leg. Lift that back heel off the mat. Plant your hands. Step back into downward facing dog. Couple breaths in and out. And please walk your hands back toward your feet into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Hands to the hip creases, root to rise. Arms sweep overhead. Inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, can you take a mini back bend, Urdhva Hastasana? Inhale back to the center, palms together in front of your heart space as we open up. How you doing? You're working hard, I know. Excellent. Can you come to a seated position on your mat? You can remove the chair. Just come to a good seated position for a moment. Let's take some side stretches. Inhaling the right fingertips to the right. Reaching that left hand overhead. And switch sides. And come on back to the center. Excellent. Take your palms in front of your heart space. Just do box breathing for a couple rounds of breath. Taking a deep inhale. Exhaling that. Inhaling again. Exhale that. And this time begin your box breathing. Inhaling to a count of 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. 2 more times at your own pace. Then release your hands to your upper thighs. Keep your eyes open if you have them closed. Good. Can you turn around? Come to a kneeling position again. Some of you may want your chair. So you can be in a kneeling position or you can have your forearms on your chair. Excellent. When you're ready, please step your right leg back, left leg back into a plank pose. Good. Can you reach your left leg forward? Can you open your right arm overhead? Release the right arm down. Take the left leg back. Right leg comes forward. Left arm comes overhead. You come back to center. That right leg goes back. Left leg comes forward. The right arm reaches overhead. Plant the hands. Step the left leg back. Right leg forward. Reach, reach, reach. Plant the hands. Step the right leg back. Left leg forward. Release that right arm. Palms facing to infinity. One more time each side. Since we started on the left side, we want to end on the right side. There we go. Coming back to your plank pose. Reach, reach, reach those heels back. Lift your hips, tone your belly. Hold your plank position. Back of the skull is lifted, back of the neck is long. Breathe in and out. Can you bend your right knee and straighten it? Bend your left knee, straighten. Right, straighten. Left, straighten. Right, straighten. Left, straighten. Bend both knees. Come into your table position. Untuck your toes. Take a child's pose. You're doing a great job. Release your palms. Stack your palms. Release your forehead on top of stacked forearms. Take a couple deep breaths in and out using your support. Please press yourself up to a seated position. Bring your legs out in front of you. Good. Feet are facing forward. Open your sitting bones. Fingertips next to your hips. Inhale, lift the heart space. Good. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift the heart space again. Exhale, hinge forward. Can you walk those fingertips forward towards your toes? For Paschimottanasana, seated forward bend. Inhale, lift, lift, lift through the heart space. Exhale, hinge forward. Shoulder blades stay on your back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, lift again. Exhale, hinge. Breathe. Couple deep breaths in and out. Walk your hands back towards your hips. Good. Bend your right knee. Cross it over top your left leg. Bend that left knee. Take the heel towards the hip. Good. Inhale, both hands to that front shin. Lift the heart space. Exhale. Can you take a twist? Couple deep breaths in and out. Come on back to the center. Uncross the legs. Switch sides. Hands to that front shin or thigh. Sorry, front shin. Lift the heart space. Grow tall. Good. Keep that right hand where it is. Left hand comes behind you. Lift the heart space as you twist towards the left side body. Breathing in and out. Come on back to the center. Untwist the pose. Take a deep breath in and out. Uncross the legs. Lean on back. Feet out in front of you. Lift the heart space. For sunbather pose. But keep your knees straight this time. Good. Can you exhale? Bend the knees. Scoot yourself forward. Please lay down on your mat. Excellent. Cross your right ankle over top of your left knee. Open that right knee up. Inhale, lift the left knee off the mat. Maybe use your right hand to encourage that right knee to open up just a little bit. Maybe straighten the left leg towards the ceiling. Thread your hands behind that upper thigh. Open up. You can lift your head and your shoulders off the mat if you'd like. Just to get a good deep stretch. Release it down. Release the straight leg down. Open the right knee. Switch sides. Left ankle crosses over top of right knee. You open the left knee. You lift the right leg off the mat. Straighten the right foot towards the ceiling. Thread the hands behind that upper thigh. Inhale. Can you lift the shoulders and the torso off the mat? Breathe in and out. Exhale. Release the torso down. Release the leg. Uncross the legs. Take your feet as wide as your sticky mat. Take your knees to the right and to the left for windshield wiper pose. And then when it feels good to you, come back to the center. Please bring your feet forward on the mat. Allow your ankles to open up. Allow your palms to turn up to the ceiling. Shimmy your shoulders under your heart space. Close your eyes and get yourself ready for Shavasana. Allow the earth to fully support you. Melt your sitting bones into the earth, your shoulders and your shoulder blades. Let the back of your skull melt into the earth. Your calves, and even your heels. Fully relax. Forearms, the backs of your hands. Allowing yourself to be fully cradled by the earth. Scan through your body, noticing where you may be feeling a little more tension. And see if you can let that go. Soften the skin on your face. Release the tongue, the jaw. Release the eyebrows, the, the temples, center of the forehead. Feel yourself fully supported. Let go. Please begin to increase the fullness of your breathing. Taking deeper exhales and inhales. As you begin to activate your breath. And for another few rounds, we're going to begin to do box breathing in a supine position. So when you're ready, take a deep inhale in. Exhale that fully. Inhale in again. Exhale that fully. And we'll begin with box breathing. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Continue box breathing a few more rounds at your own pace. At the end of your next full round of box breathing, let that go. Just return to your normal free-flowing breath. And one more time, scan through the body. Your breath is a support mechanism for your body. By learning how to use your breath to support a sense of calm, you can begin to strengthen the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous systems and evoke a sense of calm whenever you need it. And in this way, learning to use our support systems, those things that are available to us, we can lean into them and become a little stronger. Begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Maybe gently circle your wrists and your ankles. Circle them in the opposite direction. Bend your knees, soles of the feet on the floor. Move your knees back and forth. Then bend your knees. Please roll to one side. Remain on your side for the last few moments of class, cradling your head with your lower arm, looking into your heart space. Drawing your attention back to your intention for class today. Silently sealing that intention as you bend your knees, drawing them closer to the heart space. Use that strength of your hands to come back to a seated position. Sit well, using support if you need it. Opening your sitting bones, taking your fingertips next to your hips, rooting into the earth as you grow tall, shoulders up, back, and broaden down your back. Hands to your upper thighs. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. The invitation this week as you take a yoga practice off your mat and out into the world is to notice your support mechanisms all around you. When things are tough, lean into your support mechanisms. They'll help you stay balanced. Inhale your hands together in front of your heart space into prayer pose, Anjali Mudra. Exhale. Inhale the sides of your mouth up to the sky. Exhale again. Open your eyes. Thank you for coming to class. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Namaste.